Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Oh, Maverick's on the couch and he's so grumpy. He's like, Mom's doing another video. Are you kidding me right now? Anyway, I went to Michael's recently because, every once in a while, without buying anything recently, Michael's will send out for members the, oh, you got a free $5. Well, they hooked me between that, because they sent me one before and I just let it go. I was like, I don't even care. Like, keep your $5. That was my depression era over Joann's, and the fact that I, more than bought enough Joann's yarn, which is still true. I did get some yarn, but I got Halloweeny things and I wanted to share all of that with you today. I didn't get any filming done in the store because there was a good amount of folks in there, so I just didn't even bother. Eventually here I'm gonna have to, I want to take you guys shopping for Halloween, but anyway, so yeah, I decided to go, and I was bound and determined, you're not gonna spend a lot of money, it's not gonna happen, I'm just now starting to recoup a little bit after the whole lemon / different card debacle. And I just didn't, I'm still on my I don't need to bring in a bunch of yarn kind of deal. So here we go. But I will say, because it's being housed in one of the bags, I was very happy. I know Michael's had, and I'm only speaking for my Michael's. Maybe you guys have had this all along, this type of stuff all along. We did not. My Michael's in the area, all three of them. Well, I visit two. Let me just retake that back. I visit two of them more regularly than the other ones. There's the bigger one this direction. There's the regular one that I go to that was by my first old favorite Joann's that's this way. And then there's the one that I always say is lost in time, that always seems to have really old yarn and stuff that I didn't even know was available anymore, that way. That one I don't visit as much because it's further away. I don't go to that town very often and whatever. All of that said, we went to this one, and they, a long time ago, had started carrying reusable bags with designs on, cool, designs that were mirroring Joann's a little bit. I always thought Joann's had the cooler designs, and they went a little more witchy, and they went a little more hard on their Halloween stuff and fall stuff, which I greatly admire. But then I think that the Michaels only started having red bags, the red Michaels bags. But I will say this time around, and this is the last thing I bought since it was right next to the shopping line, but it's the first thing I'm going to show you because everything's in it. They had decorative bags. And these are very Joann's feeling. They're the plasticky tote kind of, but yeah, they do say Michael's on them, which I don't think any of my Joann's said Joann's on them. I'm looking at one right now that actually says Go Green. It does not say Joann's. But this was a very Summerween looking, and how could I not get the bats? You know how much I love bats. So yeah, this was one of the bags, and they were, the other thing I liked about Joann's bags is they were, in my opinion, pretty reasonably priced. They were between $1 and $3 usually, right? Well, these were $1.99, $2.99 in Canada, but $1.99 for us. And then, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize it had an orange bottom. The other one that I got is the same size, the same feel, the same type, but it's ghosties. I was going back and forth, and this was $1.99 also. I was going back and forth between this one, and there was one that was all orange and it had a pumpkin face, and I was like, maybe I'll get that next time. And maybe I will. But when I looked at the prices, what made me get this one? This was $1.99, and the pumpkin was, I think, $2.99 or $3.99, which I know isn't a ton, but it's potentially twice as much as this, $1 more or twice as much. So I just went with the cheaper one because I liked them both anyway, and I'd feel probably more sad if the ghosties were gone when I went back. So yeah, so there's that. Now, the one thing I did get that was yarn related was I picked up, I think I told you guys before, oh, I wish I had more solid color latte cakes because I want to use them with the held with the cloud cake to join my squares for all of the tweed squares that I've been making. Well, funny enough, you can't see it, I know, I'm just going to point wildly here, but up this way to the ceiling from the top of my crate shelf thing is my latte cake collection. It's like in the corner from here to the corner over to here. There's a few other yarns sprinkled in, but it's mostly latte. Now, when I got up on my little step stool and started looking around, I will say that I found 1 or 2 of these up there. I have 3 of the cloud cakes that I want in the color that I want to use to join that blanket, the squares. And I was just like, well, if I only have 2, I don't know if that's enough. Well, I did, oddly enough, forget that there was a solid gray color also. And I have, I think, 2 of those. Both of them in my mind, I was like, okay, but if it's not enough for that and whatever border I plan, then it's not enough. Well, I found this one cake at this Michael's, which I don't think this is at the Michael's in that direction. I haven't checked this one, to be fair, but the normal Michael's that I go to, I don't think it's there. And I only saw this one here, and this is from when they had the lovely layers that I realized also. So I'm not sure if they were supposed to have this. I don't know if is this in you guys' stores still? I know it is on the Michael's website. I don't know if it's on the Yarnspiration website, but I know it's on the Michael's website. But I don't know but so I bought it, was the point. So I was like, maybe I will have enough between those 2 cakes and this one to do exactly what I want to do and then be out of them. Because I don't use white for a lot, right? I say that, and then like in the regular value acrylic, I'm always like, oh, I need more white. So maybe it'll be the same with this, but anyway, so I got it. And I think it was full price because I ended up using a coupon on it. They're like $12.99. I know I haven't really been to Michael's much or done many Michael's online hauls. But when did that happen? Weren't they $9.99? I know the prices went up a while ago, but to $12.99? But I love latte cakes. I love them so much. I don't want to love up on it too much right now because honestly, this room is really hot and I was just thinking, there it is. When I'm not showing you something, I'm about to bring out my fan here because it is hot, really hot. Like I can see my little pink tint coming to my cheeks and that's why my hair's up and y'all just get me in all of my rough glory here because it's hot. But I'm gonna have to put it away because I have more stuff to show you. It was a temporary cool down. But then I found this guy. It is a suncatcher. Now, I used to have a really small black glass one that I got off. I think I got it off Etsy. It might have been eBay. It's very old, and it was silver soldered, and it fell apart. Which David was like, I could have resoldered that, but it's been so long now. I believe I did save the parts for him to try to fix it. And then it didn't get done, so I'm pretty sure I ended up throwing it away. If not, it's very well hidden. But this has got, like, holding it up. I'm holding it up to the light, obviously seeing it through my side. I don't know how well you guys can see it here besides the shape, because to me it looks like you're just seeing, like, a glare. Maybe like that. But the wings are, like, a gray purple, and then the body is much darker, like a dark gray-black color. So there is a definitive difference, and I would imagine seeing it up on my window. I don't know. So you can see my hand there, and less so through the body. So they're different colors. They're very pretty. I was watching, I know I've mentioned them before, but the Black Hearts Club. I love watching them for everything Halloween. And I'll try to remember to link everybody I've mentioned down below. But actually, I'm doing multiple videos in a row, so I'll try to remember in all of my videos, because I know my last video I mentioned some people. Now I've mentioned the Black Hearts Club here. But I love watching them find all their stuff. And I will say, after I went to Michael's today, I went to Lowe's, because on their channel they showed, I'm very sure, I'm gonna have to go back and check, but I'm very sure it was Lowe's. And get my light to turn back on, sorry. very sure it was Lowe's, that had, you know, the inflatables for your yard? They had a Bride of Frankenstein, you guys, and I want it so bad, so bad. You know, I love Frankie and his bride so much. But this one had a Frankenstein. He was really cartoony looking, which I could deal with. That's fine. But they didn't even have a spot for the bride. Like, they're not even going to have it. So either I was mistaken and it was a different store they went to, but since this one had Frankie in the same kind of style, I'm kind of just wondering if mine just doesn't have it. And I was so devastated. I was willing to go and spend, you know, like the $25-$35 on the bride, but like I was so heartbroken over not getting her. Like, had they had both, honestly, I might have gotten her and Frankie, but I left Frankie, and I am regretting it now, but I left it. Hopefully it's there the next time I make it back. But I did get, this was Michael's anyway. I don't know why I got off on that tangent, but so this was Michael's. I'm gonna set that over here carefully. That's going in the window in the morning. And then I went through they have like their Halloween stuff, like they're kind of like party favors and things like that, and it's kind of mixed in with a Summerween theme also, or Summerween is extending into Halloween. But I got this, and look, the eyes are glittery. Isn't that a cute bow? I love, like, it's almost like a Monster High deal skull, but that's glittery too. But it's a keychain, if I didn't say that already. So I picked that up, and then I picked up, you know, I have made, I don't know if you can see it. You can see the top of it past my cobwebs. I have made this in the past to hold like a lot. There's a lot of Stranger Things buttons on here. It's mostly Stranger Things, if I'm being honest. There's a Ghostbusters. There's Cthulhu. I mean, there are other pins on here, but they're for the pins to go and fasten the pin backing on here and everything. It's just a little like wall hanging type of thing, really. I had upcycled an old pen and stuck it in here just for the dowel. But because I have that and it could always use more pins, I got this. I got 2 sets of pins. So they have the backs on them. But there's, of course, it's all cockeyed now. But there's vampire fang lips. There's a glittery skull with a bow like on my keychain. There's a glittery pink broom. And then there is a skeleton cat, and he's got little heart eyes too. Isn't that cute? I think it's adorable. And that was $4.99 regular price. $4.99 regular price. The Canada price is $7.99. Ouch. But they're cute. And then the second one I got was more like traditional Halloween. There is a witch's hat. There's a glittery black cat. Is he glittery? Oh, wait, maybe he's not glittery. Can't tell with the shine on the bag. I think maybe I lied. Maybe he's not glittery. And then there is a pumpkin, like a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. And then there is a very sparkly ghosty. And you know I love my glitter. I love sparkle. So I got 2 sets of pins. Almost said pens. Pins. And then the other Summerween thing they had, I got a book of these 300-piece stickers because I figured when I send out things or cards or whatnot, I can stick some stickers on them, on the packages or on the cards themselves. And this was more like their Summerween type of, you know, it shows you on the front, like there's the same skull with the bow, there's the cat with the hearts, but there is like a bat, there's a pink pumpkin, etc. And I'm going to show you the stickers that are in. Oh, there's glittery ones. Did I even realize that? This kind of encompasses their whole Halloween, Summerween line, to tell you the truth. Like, you goth this is a saying that's on some of their Halloween-y stuff. They're Summerween-y stuff. And then there's pink pumpkins that say boo. There's big versions, little versions of the skulls with the bow ties. Hair bows, I mean. There's some hair bows just on their own. And there's a skeleton hand. They have, last year anyway, I didn't see them this year, but they had some that had the peace sign and that was making the heart. So just little skeleton hands. They have witch hat, creepy and cool. That's me, right? I'm cool. I know I'm creepy, but I'm cool, right? They have bats. They have that vampire from my pins, the vampire mouth. There's like a pumpkin, but it's a heart. There's an actual pumpkin. We got skeleton dudes, all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, the other skeleton hand was doing like a rock on thing from last year. I wanted to get that, but then I didn't get it, so my loss. And then this page is more matte, but it's got like a heart with 13 on it. There's a spider web heart. Here's a summer ghosty right here. Sweet and spooky. I think that could be me too. Like, I can be sweet. I know I can be spooky. Summerween just matches me, right? Because I know I like colory, ungothy, unwitchy type of things. And then I also like very witchy things. So there's black cats and bats. There's more ghosties with the hair, the crown of flowers. There's more jack-o'-lanterns. There's some hearts. And then this page has got kind of like multiples in a row of some of these things. Like even the spider webs down below have a heart in them. And then here's another scattered white page of kind of the same deals. Like, you get the idea. And then I think we just repeat here. That's a repeat of the purpley lavender page. And a repeat of the pink page. And a repeat of the white page. So we got 2 of each white pages and then 1 sparkly black background page. So that's kind of like the Summerween version. And like I said, that said 300 pieces. This says 306, so you get 6 bonus ones. But this is the more like traditional. And these are only $1.99. Canada $2.99. But this has got a sparkly page also. And we've got definitely less hearts going on. I know Derek from the Black Hearts Club would like this one much better. He's always talking about how he prefers the traditional Halloween to the Summerween girly type of stuff. But I'm a little bit in love with both of these. So, but these are more like a mirror instead of glittery, like they're chromed or whatever. And we have, you know, the jack-o'-lanterns, the tombstones. Tombstones say hide and seek, like HYDE. There's ghosties and there are cats and a group of jack-o'-lanterns up here. Just a bunch of different. There's a cool spooky looking bat and spider. Bad to the bone. So that's the shiny page. And then here's an orange page that says my spooky era. That's me all the time. Creep It Real. Empty tomb, get it? There's crossbones here. There's little eyeballs sprinkled everywhere. There's the same group but not chromed out of jack-o'-lanterns. And there's ghosties. There's little skeletons. These say trick or treat. And then let's see here. There's a page of white that is more of the repetitive, like we saw in the other one, like spider webs, kitties, jack-o'-lanterns. This says Happy Halloween. There's more hide and seek, bats, trick or treat, jack-o'-lanterns, and spiders down here. And then there's a darker orange page that's, is it the same? No, it's not quite the same, but there's boo, yeah, ghosts here. The empty tomb is back. The Happy Halloween is back. There is a lot of repetitive, but there's some different ones. There's a few different ones. And then if it's like the other one, yeah, we're going to just repeat. There's the lighter orange, the white, the dark orange. And somewhere in here we got 6 extra stickers. Maybe it's the eyeballs. I don't know. But so I got those, one of each of these. And as I was going to check out, I could not resist. I found them. Ghirardelli caramel apple milk chocolate pumpkins. How cool are these? And I did open it to peek inside. I'm not gonna lie, I was too curious. But they're not giant size. They're just little, like, kind of the mini size. But isn't that packaging even adorable? I don't know if they got different ones or if it's all the same. It's all the same, I think. But they have, like, little bats at the top. And they have a caramel apple filling, and I bet it's going to be delicious. I cannot wait to bust these open. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to do it right after this video. But that's what I got from Michael's. And then I told you I went to Lowe's and was very saddened by No Bride of Frankenstein. And then I we had to get snake food for Ophelia, my snake. You guys have seen, but it's been a while. But she's still with us and everything. She's hanging out in my yarn room upstairs. But I went to the pet store for her food, and they had their Halloween stuff out. Lots and lots of dog and cat items. And the thing is, I have talked before at length about how Maverick destroys a lot of toys. And the ones I get him are like for heavy chewers and things like that. But he has a lot of snacks and treats, like especially Halloween ones. Like I got some from last year even that I just never opened them. So that, you know, they should, I think the date on them even says they'll be good through this year soon. He's gonna have to eat them soon. But I rotate them. So anyway, not the point. So I got him one treat, and it's this bat cookie, which he'll probably eat in a couple sittings if I can crack it. But I just thought it was super cool. They had a pumpkin, they had a ghost, they had a bunch of different ones, but you know, I had to get him the bat. They had a monster. Oh my gosh. It wasn't, was it Petco that we went to? It wasn't PetSmart. So I think the other big one is what, Petco, right? Does it say on here? It says it's pumpkin spiced flavored. How cool is that? It just says International Pet Supplies. I think it was Petco. Anyway, it was the bigger store that isn't PetSmart. They had a giant monster that's, I mean, it had to be this big. Giant. Now, he would absolutely destroy it. He would destroy it. I told David when I saw it that I kind of wanted to get it, but for me, like to use as a pillow on the bed. Which I know is crazy, but it's huge and it's fuzzy and I love it, and it's a monster, and you know I love my monsters. So anyway, so that's what I ended up getting at Michael's. They have really cool stuff. It was really hard for me to say no to, they have a disco ball bat. They have like a skull, a ghost, bat. I think they have a spider. They have a bunch of different disco-y ball things. And I was carrying that around with me, in fact, until I saw the suncatcher. And then I decided, you know, like, just like with my yarn, I'm trying to be really picky and choosy with my Halloween things and with just basically everything. So I didn't want to go like insane. But I put down the disco ball bat. I had a silver one, and I really wish I had gotten that. But it's okay. It's okay. And what else? Oh, something I may go back for, and I hope they still have, was they had 2 different tree toppers. And I know that it's meant for the fact that they have like a Halloween tree out, but if you recall me saying, our Christmas tree now is black. It's a black Christmas tree. And we don't use it for Halloween, we use it for Christmas. We don't have a Halloween tree. Maverick likes to get into stuff way too much. So like one holiday is enough to get it out right now. We've been putting my little one out. Like I have a little just regular green tree from my grandma that I've had for years. Like the lights have long gone out on it, and I've put other strings of lights on it just to keep it good. But that one fits on our dining room table, so it's harder for him to jump up and get to it. So that's actually the one we've had up for a few years, and the black one's in storage. But I digress. I have a star tree topper because I like stars, you know. And I have a witch that I use as a tree topper because she's got a little cone inside of her, and I just have stuck that on the tree before too. Instead of like an angel, we have a witch. But this one lights up both of them light up, and the ghost glows, or the bat is like kind of like a wicker bat almost, and it has lights in the wings. So they both light up. I would be happy with either one of them. So I kind of want to go back and see if, you know, they're left the next, like maybe next payday or something. But I really, really like it. And it would just go with the Christmas decorations basically, because that's how we roll. That's how I roll regardless. Like before I met David, I was still like Christmassy, Halloween, you know. But anyway, if you can't tell, I'm getting really hot. And that was everything that I got from Michael's. I ended up, so full Summerween and Halloween and everything. And I got out of there with, I used my $5 gift certificate, whatever, coupon that they gave me. And then I had I want to say 30% off a regular priced item, which was the yarn. The Halloween stuff was on sale. So it took that 20% off of that. I had one, I got really excited because I thought I had one that was like 20 or 30% off everything that wasn't on sale, even though, like I just said, the yarn was the only thing on sale, so it really didn't matter. But either way, that one was, in case you get excited also, that one is online orders only. So it worked out that I only had one thing that wasn't on sale. And so I got out of there under, I think it was $48. Not bad. I mean, the suncatcher alone was like $12.99, I think. So yeah, I don't think it was that bad of a visit. But anyway, I am really hot still, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Mav and I are gonna go cool down in the other room and work on my Sardar, probably. Yeah, probably the crochet along that I'm working on. So I will talk to you guys soon. I love you. Bye, guys.